Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to Saddlebags. We rock it all day and all night, and you know that's right. First said them words 5 years ago, a little over right at 5 years ago when I first opened Saddlebags. Saddlebags is a virtual club located in RLC, which is also Red Light Center. It's also known as utherverse or otherverse, however you want to say it. I call it utherverse because that's just the way I started saying it when I first joined. Um, this is my office, my second home, my online home, whatever you want to call it. That's Saddlebags. This is where I stay 90% of the time. And we're going to talk a little bit about Saddlebags today. I want to explain some of the settings that you will need to know when you join RLC. Because it can be overwhelming, especially if you've never been in a virtual world. RLC is an adult-only world. It's a 3D adult world, 18 and over. And we're going to talk about some of the settings today. These settings, I've got mine set. I've been in RLC a little over 8 years now. So a lot of this I know firsthand, just from testing and doing my own stuff. You click on your little wrench and hammer up here, and you can open the settings dialog box. We're going to start at the top on the left-hand side with frames per second. That's what that max FPS means. Depending on your internet and depending on your computer, you may have to drop this. I keep mine on 15 just because it's a good solid number and I don't lag real bad with it. You can go up to unlimited or 60. Unlimited I don't advise unless you've got a real good computer and real good internet. But 15 to 30 frames is average. That's a good number to go with. Texture detail depends on your computer, depends on the graphic card. Also has a little bit to do with your internet. Ultra high is what it comes default. That's not good because I've not seen a computer yet that can run ultra high all the time. You can run high if you've got a decent computer. Ultra high is just a little bit too much. The images are sharper. It's not really that much. I mean, it's easier to read some of the images if you got text on the image. Otherwise, it's not a whole lot of difference between high and ultra high. I run medium because of my internet and it's easier on the computer. Max avatars, I suggest stay around 60. If you got a real weak computer, you can drop it down to 30. 90, I've never used 90. One time, we had 80 people in a club that I went to. I switched to 90 so I could see everybody, so I don't walk through people, but it does cause a lot of lag the more that you put it. So default comes out, I think, at 90 or unlimited now. They changed it. Unlimited is bad, and let me explain why. Unlimited means that you don't see the avatars. The avatars will load as you go to them, which means you jump into a room, it's got 60 people in there or 48 people. You're only going to see the people right around your avatar. And what I mean by that is you're only going to see the ones that's close enough you can interact with or the ones that's close enough that you can see. You won't see the ones as you're loading. And this could be a bad thing because you walk through people. And even though it's not your fault, a lot of people in RLC consider walking through somebody being rude, and it kind of is. You don't bump into people in a grocery store or a bar without saying, excuse me, pardon me. Common courtesy. That's the same thing with RLC, but if you don't know you walk through them, you can't see them, then you might not notice it, and it causes a big fuss. So stay away from unlimited avatars if you can. Just go with 90 or 60. Texture filter, bilinear is where you stay at. Don't mess with these others unless you've got a special computer or you know exactly what you're doing. If you got any questions about these different ones, you can go in to Google and do a Google search on texture filter 2 times, 8 times, 4 times, 16 times. Bilinear is what comes default. I just leave it at bilinear. This is your font style. This tells you what kind of font you can choose. Sago is the default. You can change that depending on what you want. You're the only one that's going to see it, so it's whatever preference that you have, whichever is easiest for you to read. Now, right here is something that a lot of people get messed up on. Font size. They think that font size goes with your chat box down here for your size of your font. It does not. Font size controls the size of your text here in your control boxes. You go up to 12, if you'll see, watch this. It gets hard to read because it makes it too big. And you try to go to your friends list, it's huge. And if you go into your control panel, you can see that the words start overlapping with each other and it becomes a big scrambled mess. I keep mine on 10, 9 or 10 majority of the time because it's just all around better. As you can see the spaces and you got plenty of room. I'm appearing offline right now because I'm doing a recording and I don't want people PMing me or spamming me. Spam is a party invitation or an event invitation. They're okay. People misuse it and it gets aggravating real fast. If you ever become a spammer, don't spam people more than once. Spam them one time for the party. If they don't come, they're not going to come. They're probably busy doing something, or they're with their significant other, or they might be with a family member, or they might be AFK. And the worst thing you can do is come back and see a whole bunch of spams from one person for the same party, and you're like, most people will remove you, which hinders your job performance if you're looking at spamming for a job. So just spam them one time. Idle disconnect is a dependent on, like, somebody knocks on your door and you step away from your computer. How long do you want it to be before RLC boots you from the client or closes the client? You can choose 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or never. I always leave it on never because I will take a nap. I've got a bad back. Sometimes I have to take a nap and or lay down on my heating pad, and I don't want to be booted while I'm AFK, so I leave that as never. Show and search is an important one. You can show and search or not. What search does, it allows people to find you, even if they're on your friends list or not. Like say you need to speak to a president, you got an event coming up and you need to speak to another president. You can just come in here and type in pres and you can see what presidents are online. Say you got a friend that you lost track of and they're a princess or a prince. You can come in here and just type in PRNC and you'll see where the princesses are and the prince. You can also type in other keywords like, say you know you got a buddy named Bill. You can find them a lot easier. Just makes it easy. At the same time, search is also a handy feature if you're doing a business, if you're running a business or you're a working girl or working guy. You want people to be able to find you to get to your business. Or to PM you and say, hey, how much do you still do layouts, or can you do a custom truck for me, or whatever. They need to be able to reach you. So be careful how you turn it off and on. If you don't leave it off if you plan on running a business. If you're being harassed or stalked, I suggest you talk to a volunteer or a protector, or come to one of the mature elders. I myself, you can come to me at Saddlebags anytime. You can find Saddlebags in the directory. And you can search me. I keep my search on all the time. All you got to do is type PZD, President DJ Free. and you will find me. Well, I can't find myself, but you can find me. If you need a protector or staff member, you don't have to know their name. All you got to do is click on staff and volunteer and click search. 90% of the time, there is always a staff member online. Sometimes like on holidays, special occasions, or middle of the night, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, you might find a time period when there might not be one online, but majority of the time there is one online. Um, and if you do need a volunteer or a staff member, all you've got to do is come right here to your homepage and click on Learn. And you can come down and you can see all kinds of stuff. Upgrade friends, legal info, affiliate center, advertisement info. You can also come over here to the support center, Utherverse Support Center. And you can find help. You can turn in a ticket and all that good stuff. And it's also got some frequently asked questions about different things. Zabby's World Ops. World Ops is what we call the people in charge of RLC, World Operations. You also got your working girl, working guy area. And they've got their own tutorials and tool links that you can look at. The swag bags, weddings, event calendars, all that good stuff. Like I said, I've been here 8 years. I didn't know all this when I started, so that's why I'm doing this video. But you can always find a volunteer that way, or you can also search them right here. All you got to do is type in like staff, I think will work. Okay, it don't work no more. Sometimes search will work for me, sometimes it won't. It depends on what I'm searching for. I don't worry about it. Like I said, most of the time there is a staff member online that you can reach. Some of them have been in the world longer than I have. I've been here a little over 8 years. So hopefully that you won't need it, but if you do, there it is. Now I'll show you location is another important one. Especially if you're a working guy or working girl, or you're running a business, again, it's important that people be able to find you. If you've got it to show location never, what that does is that removes you from the search. You won't show up. Your location won't show up where you're at. And on your friends list, on your homepage, you've got what's called an active friends list here. That's this location here. If you've got your location set to public only, then if you're in a private venue or a Zabby, or if somebody's got a club that's listed as a private venue, it will not show your location, so people cannot find you. And for greenies, if you need to jump to a friend and you're not able to jump as a greenie, you got to be VIP to port. All you got to do is find your friend on your list here, right click on the location, copy link address, come back into RLC up here in your address bar, just click backspace, Control V to paste. You can also right click and paste. And then you just click, once you paste it one time, just click enter and you'll jump to that location. You can't jump to their avatar, but you can jump to that location. Now, if you got stalkers and you want to turn this feature off, you can. All you got to do is come right here and find location and turn it to never. And it won't show your location. English, you can choose several different languages here. RLC is very versatile. That's one of the reasons I like it. Orientation is your dimension. That's what realm you're in. Think of the little Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 4 different realms here in RLC. We've got the standard, which I stay in, and I strongly suggest anybody that's new to RLC, stay in standard to begin with, because some of the others have special features like BDSM. You get special sex moves and stuff like that. Anything goes. You get some special stuff that you're able to do, and there's less rules with anything goes. You can challenge people to battles and duels, and it's all virtual. It's all imaginative. You don't actually duel. Anything goes. Role play is the new one. They added here about 5, maybe 6 years ago. What it is, you can do the role. You can do anything, like just like anything goes. That's what AG stands for. Anything goes, but it's role play. You pretend to be a dragon, or you can pretend to be a demon, or you can pretend to be an angel, or you can pretend to be whatever you want to be, werewolf, vampire. But again, it's just a few somatics, and you don't actually change into those beings unless you've got their skin, and you can change your avatar. Your chat tab limits how many tabs you can have down here on your chat box. This is your chat box. While we're in the chat box, if you're VIP, you can open PMs and open group chats. /join space and type in what you want to name that group chat. We'll open up Saddlebags group chat. I usually have it open, but I left it closed just for the purpose of showing you how to open it. What this does is now anybody that knows how to /join Saddlebags can join the Saddlebags chat. And it's a way for group members to have a private conversation, or family members. You can do a family. Say if I wanted to have a meeting with SCMC members, I could do something like Saddlebags MC /join Saddlebags MC. Anything like that. You can do different family tags. If you happen to find one and you don't know if anybody's in it or not, or you want to know if somebody's using it, all you got to do is click the little bubble right here above it. And what that does, it opens up your chat box. Now, I've got voice chat turned on in Saddlebags. Most club owners don't do this. They don't know how. I will be doing a video only on focusing on the voice side of things, so in the future. So just, if you like what you see, go ahead and click subscribe, click notifications, click like, and watch for the videos to come out as I do them. I'll be trying to do at least one or two every week now that I'm back on schedule. But you can go in here and you can change your settings. This right here is your settings over here. As you can see, you can close it and open it. You've got your controls. Your interface, I suggest you leave these alone. This right here changes your opacity for your chat boxes, and your window, you can fade or whatever. Just if you do it, don't forget to undo it, because you won't be able to see what's going on. Here's your voice chat. Like I said, I'll be doing a video tutorial only on voice chat, because it does get kind of complex. Another feature in the chat box, while we're talking about the chat box, is you can enlarge it. You can minimize it, make it disappear, and then you just have to click the little arrow to make it come back. You can increase your text size, so you can see if you have bad vision, like I do. You can also shrink it. Now you see how you can see through my background there? That's what this dark and light is for. You can make it go away, or you can make it dark. I suggest keeping it a little mediocre, because if you get into trouble and you need to take a screenshot, then you can show that the screenshot has not been edited, because it is hard to replace the image in the background. I have had people where they use solid black, and people have said, "Oh, that screenshot ain't real. You edited it." And da 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 da. Easiest way to avoid that is to just keep it a little opacity, just a little bit see-through is all. You'll be all right. Good to go. The chat tab limit says how many tabs you can have open down here. You can go as low as 1 or as high as 50. I keep mine on 50. Just because I'm able to keep up with it. Your status is online or AFK, and that's what these are right here. This right here tells people when they PM you and you got AFK set. You can set your spam like, hey, we're having a party, come join us, or I'm sorry, I'm away from keyboard right now, I'm AFK, working on a project, or I had to run to the store, or whatever. Um, your tab limit, if you got it set at like 5 and you get the 6th person to hit your PM you, they'll see this message. I can say, sorry, I'm busy right now, I've hit my limit. Please hit me somewhere else or try back a few minutes or however you want to respond, record it to respond. Now, on this right-hand side, it's kind of tricky and it gets confusing because you cannot search some of these terms. They're not searchable in Google. Believe me, I've tried. So we're going to go over some of these. 2-pass text string, which is the very top one, and packet compression. Some people need them, some computers need them. I haven't determined what the factor is that makes it where you need it or don't need it. My old computer run better with both of them checked. This newer computer, I run better without them checked. So just play with them. If you have trouble loading a venue or you see images missing, just uncheck or check them and F5 or restart your client, RLC client, and see which one works best for you. Use fog and use tails. I don't use that. I haven't used it in 8 years that I've been in RLC. They come checked default. I uncheck them. The more things you've got activated, the more chance you have of lag in big places or popular places. You go into a place with 80 people in there and you got a whole bunch of stuff checked, you're going to lag. You will lag. Even a good gaming computer will lag because RLC is not a game. RLC is dependent on the creators, the content creators, each one of us. I created saddlebags. All my images are proper images. I've got them sized. I've got them optimized for web performance and hosting. So it loads fairly easy and there's very little lag. Almost there is no lag most of the time at saddlebags unless we get up like 60 people. Just keep that in mind. But you can uncheck use fog and use tails. Streaming music, if you go to a club and you want to hear your favorite DJ, you have to have that checked or you cannot hear the music. And if you check that and you want to hear the music, I strongly suggest you come down here and check maintain sound. What that does is when you open a browser or you open Skype or you open anything on top of RLC client, it's going to mute the sound and you're going to fall behind on the music. And then you might be in here in local, somebody says, oh, great tune. And you're hearing the DJ talk. Well, that's because you didn't have maintained sound and you fell behind and the song they're hearing, you haven't heard yet. So I strongly suggest you check maintain sound when you're doing it. Streaming video, that works and it don't work. I uncheck it. I keep it unchecked because I go to these theaters and stuff and the videos still work for me. So I think it might have been an older legacy setting. A lot of these are. You can check it or uncheck it. If you have trouble seeing the video, just check it and click OK. F5 and see if that clears it up. Play world sounds is you can do sex and you can have moaning and laugh out loud. So it depends on whether you want it. I do a lot of Skype calls and I do videos and stuff like that, and I don't want the distraction, so I leave it unchecked. That's just a personal preference. Depends on what you want. If you got kids asleep, you might not want it laughing out loud where they can hear it and wake up. Reminder, RLC is an 18 and over website. It is an adult 3D social world. So keep that in mind. Minors are not allowed. You can get banned in serious trouble because there is nudity, there is sex, and it is adult content. Camera snapback is another important one. What that does, if you'll notice when I walk, I'm using my arrow keys on my keyboard. It navigates the camera back behind me, which is good to help you keep from walking into people if you land wrong. If you're doing deco, you might not want that. So if you're doing deco, you can turn the snap off, and then you can walk with the camera the way you want it. It makes it real good if you're trying to move props around and levitate props and stuff like that. I keep mine checked unless I'm doing deco. Super jump. You can super jump. You can jump high, which is good if you've got stages. Sometimes you have to jump up on the stages unless somebody's put a port or stairs. And stairs are real hard to make in RLC. It takes a lot of practice. Without super jump on, you might not be able to jump up on the stage. That's as high as you can go. So just keep that in mind and go. I keep mine checked all the time. Next up is alternate mouse moves. Now I know you've seen me move my camera around. I can look 360 degrees. That's because I've got that box checked. And at the same time, if I want, that's holding your left mouse key. If you want to change your view, rotate your view, your left mouse key. Now, if you want to turn your avatar, use your right mouse key. Just hold your mouse key and slide your mouse, and you can move around. If you want to, you can also walk that way, but you got to hold both mouse keys at the same time, and you can pivot and turn and walk how you want to. However, that will that will cause your mouse to wear out. For one, your mouse buttons. And if you don't have a lot of room on your desk, you can wind up walking into things or walking off of things. So just keep that in mind. I keep mine turned on because I like it, because I use it a lot. Show your own name. It's basically self-explanatory. It just makes your name appear at the top of your avatar like everybody else. So if you want to take a screenshot and you don't want nobody to know who took that screenshot, you can have your name show so everybody's name is showing and they don't know who took the screenshot, unless they see the local right here, and it has your name. Next up is notifications. Now, notifications is dangerous. I will tell you why. If you got weak internet or a weak computer and you got your active friends list open over here and you got show notifications on, every time somebody logs in or logs out, it will show in green here that your friend is logged in or your friend is logged out. And that's okay if you've got like 10, 15 friends and only 3 or 4 be logging in at the same time or logging out at the same time. But as you can see, I've got 6,792 friends. I've got 208 friends online right now. And if something happens and a bunch of them decide to log out at one time, I will freeze up. It will freeze and lock me up. So keep that in mind. If you have trouble with it, turn it off. If you're getting by with it, go ahead and use it. That's your own preference there again. Show hints. That is a dangerous one because I think it's a security risk, simply because it shows, like you can take screenshots in RLC. Let me show you. You click your dash button. If you inside of the chat box, it's not going to work. Click outside the chat box somewhere, or click the enter button to get outside, and click your dash button. And you will see your screenshot has been saved. It'll save to your utherverse folder. Utherverse will create a folder in your images, and that's where your screenshots will go. Leave that folder because it won't save them if you don't have that folder. Um, but when you do the screenshots, if you've got show hints, it will show you where that screenshot was saved at, which is okay because you're the only one looking at your screen. But if you're taking back-to-back screenshots, multiple screenshots, you got to be careful because them hints will show in local. And if you don't want to mix RLC, if you're a slave sub, or if you don't want, RLC is a sexual, more sex oriented, and you might not want to other people to know you in real life. So if they get your computer name, I think sometimes that can lead to being able to get your real name. So keep that in mind and use your own judgment on that. Be safe. That's one of my biggest pet peeves about online, period, is being safe. So I leave it unchecked. Tool tips is okay. It'll show you different hints and stuff, and show you tool tips that you can try this and how to do this. They are very brief. They don't show enough of the information. So I just keep them turned off. Timestamps, if you look over here in my chat, you can see Epicuro logged in at 1327. It is now 1634. So that was 3 hours ago. I can tell that because I've got timestamps turned on. So if people PM you and you can see what time they PM'd you compared to what time it is now. So you can get an idea how long they've been waiting. And if you do a real screenshot, you can use a print screen button on your keyboard and open Paint. Click print screen. It won't look like nothing has been done. Click on Paint or paint.net, either one. Paint's easier. And click paste, and there's your screenshot. And then you just come up here to File and click Save As, and save it as PNG or JPEG. And when you do that, if you'll notice, the timestamps there in RLC corresponds with the time in the bottom corner here. So people can't say that you altered the screenshot. If both times are sequenced with each other, that screenshot has not been altered. Or somebody is real good designer and they need to get a job as a graphic designer. All right, moving on. Use packet compression, as I talked about. It depends on your computer. If you have trouble loading images, try it checked and try it unchecked. See which one works the best for your computer. Ignore all invites. You can come over here and click on somebody's name, and you can offer to hold hands, send them a friend invite, send them a chat invite, voice chat invite. You can also do one-on-one chat. You can send them a private message. If you're close enough to them, you get the option. You click on their avatar. You can actually invite them to hold hands. And some people, especially new people, they get overzealous and they misuse that feature. Always ask before you invite somebody. Before you invite them to be a friend, or you invite them to hold hands, or you invite them to chat, always chat with them first, PM them or chat with them in local, and get to know them first. Don't just do it out of the blue. If you're having trouble with people doing that, just come in here and check ignore all invites. But now when you do that, you will not get your friend invites. If somebody's sending you a friend invite or a dance invite or something like that, or a hug, you won't see all that. Stream opt-in, opt-out is for a new thing that they started. I don't know if I've got anybody streaming right now. Donna is. Donna Uncensored. She does design work. She's real good. Check her out sometime. You can come in here and you can view stream. Let's see what she's doing. Show you what this feature is. Bing me. Basically what it does is you can record your screen from RLC and put it in here as a video so people can follow along with your adventures, your RLC adventures. A lot of people keep that turned off. That's what this feature right here is for. You can turn it off or turn it on in the stream out. Tool tips. Usually there's a big question mark down here in the bottom right corner of your RLC screen. And that shows you different videos like how to use your controls, how to walk, how to run, and a few other little details. There's all basic, so I keep it turned off. I do suggest you watch them at least once, because they will familiarize you a little bit with some of the controls. But again, once you've seen them, you don't want it sticking in your face all the time and cluttering up your screen. So you can go into that box, click the question mark, and click the check box and turn it off in the question mark. And then you come in here and turn it off again, and it won't show no more. But that's the basics. When you see something blinking like this, I'm not going to open that because it's a private message. But when you see it blinking, it means you've got a PM. Somebody has private messaged you. If you're VIP, you can private message. If you're VIP, you can create your group chats. And you can also join voice chat and group chats here. You can actually see your group chats right here. And you can have multiple group chats. You can save these also. You can remember them and save them. So that if you accidentally close, supposed to be, if you accidentally close your box and you've got it remembered, you can come in here and show it. All you got to do is enter the chat. There it is. That easy. That's a nice little handy feature if you have families and you have a family chat. Now, I will tell you one thing, and I hope they don't change this because this is a very powerful tool. If you have green family members or members that goes green regularly, if they join your group chat more than 2 or 3 times as a VIP member, then when they go green, they can still join that group chat. Now, this can be very handy if you've got somebody that's been away for 2 or 3 months. They come back to RLC, they're green, they can't PM nobody. They can join the family in chat and say, hey, I'm alive, I'm here, I'm green, I can't PM nobody. And then the family members can PM that person, or they can chat in the family chat at least. That is a handy option, and it does help members if they get into trouble and they're green. Somebody might be picking on them or giving them a hard time, and they need to get in touch with their family elder. All they got to do is open that family chat, and right there, help, I'm being harassed, somebody's messing with me, he's being rude to me, she's being rude to me, I don't know what to do. And you can get to them and help them out. That is a very handy feature, and I'm glad that RLC keeps it where once you're VIP and you have joined that chat 2 or 3 times, you can still join that chat as a greenie, and I hope they don't change it. RLC, don't change that just because I brought it to your attention. That is very valuable and is very helpful. I'm glad they've got that. Several of our members have had to use that in the past. So I'm very approval of that. And voice chat's the same way. You can connect to your voice chat. You can also hang up. You can put it on hold. You can focus on it. Most clubs don't set that up. Club owners, if you need help setting that up, I will be doing a future tutorial video on how to set it up and how to make your adjustments. And you can actually decide and choose your own voices for it, or use your natural voice, which is very handy. So that is the very basics of RLC. Those are the things that I think everybody needs to know when they come into RLC the first time. I hope this was helpful. And if you've got any comments or any suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave them in the comments. PM me in RLC. You can come to Saddlebags and find me. And just a quick, if you don't know how, come up here to the top, click on the Explore tab, click on Directory, and you can type in anything you want to search for. And it will show you. We've got Saddlebags and we've got Saddlebags Cove. So if you ever need any help with anything, feel free to PM me. If I don't respond, I'm either working on a video, I'm asleep, taking a nap, or I might have walked up to check the mail, or I might be cooking. I will respond as soon as I see it, though. I always respond as soon as I see it. So hope this was helpful, and hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. And like I said, if you got any comments or any suggestions for future videos, put them in the comment section below. PM me in RLC or Skype me. I'm easy to find. I'm everywhere on the web. I do stay busy, but I always make time for somebody that needs help. And in the meantime, keep the rubber down, keep the throttle twisted, and have fun. And I will see y'all next time. Peace out. Thank you.